Hey everyone, here we are with the next build for Hardcore League Season 9. This build is great. It's inspired by our favorite fiend from Avernus, this being Raphael. The closest that we can get to Raphael, because Raphael is Cambion. Cambions are half mortal and half fiend beings that live in the hells. For the Hardcore League, very fun, very interesting character in Baldur's Gate. If you get to play it, you definitely will meet and get to know Raphael. He's one of the best characters over there. So we are Acolyte of Skin. I will have the build posted for you guys. We have Blood Hunt, which is an imbue. You have to drag it over here, toggle it on. We have our Familiar from Feydark Illusionist, and then we have our Pact from being an Acolyte of the Skin. The way the build plays is that we are going to single weapon fight and then utilize our Fiendish Glare and the Glare of the Pit as our cleaves. And then you will also have Fiendish Symbiosis as a transformation that you can use once you hit level 12. That will allow you to use your pack damage when you swing your sword. So we're using the Fey Sword. Again, you could, if you decided that you don't like the Fey Sword, you could always go Familiar Flourish 1 and 2 and drop that and then use any weapon that you want. That would allow you to be Charisma to hit and Charisma damage. But we're keeping Color Spray. The build eventually goes up into Tainted Scholar, and you eventually get Bewitching Blast. And you can, while you're leveling up, if you wanted to at low level, based on how you play, you could always at very low level go in and get Chain Shape and play it more as a traditional Warlock. But for the purposes of this video, to sort of try to recreate Raphael as a theme for the Hardcore League, we're going to focus on the build as I envision it, where most of your damage is going to be coming from you single weapon fighting, using your glare, and we'll go and take a look at how it works. It actually plays pretty well. It's pretty fun. So the build is posted for you guys, and we are Charisma based. Pretty much a similar split to the other Charisma-based builds that you'll see. Our gear is all the same. We're wearing as many pieces of the Feywild set that we can get our hands on. We have a full 7-piece set. I highly recommend that on the Hardcore League you farm that out because it's great gear. We have the Battle-Worn Medallion. We have the Leaf Mail. We have the Cloak of Winter. We have the Black Dragon Scale Tacet, which anytime we kill a monster, we get hasted, which is great. It also has a yellow slot. We're wearing the Thorn Boots, Gloves of Tranquility, Green Dragon Scale Bracers, probably one of the best caster items at level, and you can wear that all the way into Epics. Goggles of Unbroken Sight come from the Borderlands. They're great, easy farm with a yellow slot. Crown of Snow, Necklace of Bottled Sunlight, the Nocturne Ring, and for this particular build, we're wearing the Ring of Summer's Heat, which gives us fire and radiance. And when we go up, see right now we do not have access to radiance initially for our Eldritch Blast. However, when we do this Fiendish Glare, that is evil damage, that counts as radiance damage, so it will be boosted. Eventually, we'll get Utter Dark Blast, so that will convert all of our force damage into radiant damage, but we don't have the points yet. She's wearing the 1750 helmet. She's wearing the 10 Reaper Point cloak. That is the 20 Reaper Point Archonling right there. This is the 5K horse for Hardcore League 3. That 9 is a redux of 3. Whether they keep it at 5K or they make it cost 3K, yeah, we don't know yet. We'll likely find out soon whether they are preserving the season as it was, or if they decide to shorten the season to 2 months. My gut is telling me that they'll probably shorten the season and also make the rewards easier to get. They'll probably make this horse 3K. But I might be wrong. I don't know. That's a gut feeling. I honestly don't know. They could decide to change it completely and do something completely different. So we have to wait and see.
It looks as though many travelers have used this campsite.
Okay, we're stepping into Rest for the Night on Elite. This quest is level 3 at Elite, level 5. We are level 7. That gives us a 4-level split. If they change the event and make it a 2-level split, the build will still play really well. These quests out here in the Salt Marsh are a little bit more difficult than the standard, so it's a pretty decent test. So our playstyle is very similar to what we've seen. We color spray, and then we do our DPS. We are single weapon fighting, and then we're using our cleave, our fiendish glare. Our fiendish glare is the cleave. And you can see it does fire, force, and evil damage. And it hits pretty well. The damage is not super great, but it gets better. It can crit. If the monsters are feared, they take double damage. And we just killed all of them. We'll clean that one with... Now he's feared, so we want to try to get him color sprayed to keep him from running away. And then hit him with the glare again. The most annoying part of this build is that if you don't lock the monsters down, they will run all over the place because you put a fear effect on them sometimes. So for this build, color spray works really well. As you go up in Tainted Scholar, you also get access to web. Now, you may try this playstyle and say, oh my god, this is a little too weird from what I'm used to. So you could always go into Tainted Scholar and change shape. This is just another approach to playing Warlock on Hardcore League. I think it's very effective, and it's very fun. The higher level up you go, the more effective it becomes. And it's a real nice bit of bringing some of the Baldur's Gate lore to DDO. How would a Cambion play? Well, we don't know, but this is pretty close, probably. You can see the Fiendish Glare actually hits really strong. You know, it does decent damage. And the cooldown on it is enough. It's quick enough that we can, use it as we would a normal cleave. So for a single weapon fighter, this is great. We have access to our temporary hit points with False Life that will get better as we go up the Tainted Scholar tree. Similar to other Warlocks. Try to color spray these. And see the range, see if I can hit them both with it. No, it's just a cone that's directly in front of you, the cleave. It doesn't really go that far, but the damage is decent. And evil damage is very difficult for any monsters to mitigate. So it's, force and evil and fire. So even if they're immune to fire damage, they would still take the force and the evil damage. And then anything that was immune, say, to 2 of the 3, which I can't think off the top of my head what would be immune to force or evil damage. But just for the sake of argument, if something was, you have your sword that you can swing. So you have a lot of options. I'm a fan of Warlock. It's one of my favorite classes, so it's nice to be able to experiment with something new. For the Hardcore League, the hit points are a little bit lower, but we make up for that with temporary hit points. And you can see that I did not color spray. I hit that guy. He's feared. He's running around. The fear effect does not last that long, so he will eventually make his saving throw and then come at me, which he did, and then we got him in the cone of the fiendish glare. So it's really not the end of the world, but they don't always get feared. A lot of times they make their save. But it's just something to be aware of if you play this build and you play with in pugs. You know, they may not appreciate you making monsters run all over the place in fear, but like I said, the effect doesn't last that long. Our UMD is really good, so we can wand heal, potions and wands. The damage on the cleave is very, very solid. It gets even better once you get up and you get the glare of the pit, which hits even harder. And then right here, drink their fear allows you to do double damage to anything that's afraid of you. So the damage ramps up. And then this here, Fiendish Symbiosis, allows you to, for 30 seconds, anything that you hit, you do your packed damage to. So with single weapon fighting, you'd be hitting pretty quick. Worth trying out. Probably going to actually try this build for Hardcore League. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to play yet, but we'll see. This one is definitely something that I wanted to show you guys. My hope is that you find something that you like, so you can have an enjoyable season if you play over on Hardcore League. And I certainly think Warlock is very fun to play. They might not be the best, but they're definitely fun. As somebody who really loves Warlock, I was happy to see that they added this. I hope that they add more. I hope that they add an iconic Warlock. That's something that would be really nice to see. I keep thinking the iconic Warlock should be a drow, and that they should do it when they go back to the Forgotten Realms. That when they revisit that content, maybe if they do Mithran or our iconic could be a Warlock. It would be nice. I think they should also revisit the Warlock damage. I still think the heroic damage is too low compared to other classes, other casters, no matter what kind of damage you're doing in heroics, ranged or melee or spellcasting, Warlock DPS is just very low. So. But this cleave is fun. It's pretty good. And I color sprayed him as he tried to run away. And we'll hit him with the cleave again. So for this particular setup, color spray works really well because it can stop monsters from running away. If I had access to web, I would use that as well. The great thing about the cleave, the cooldown on it is reasonably quick. So there's somebody who got away. You can see he's run really far away. But now he's coming back. It doesn't last that long. So something to be ready for if you decide to play this and you pug. But the damage feels really good. Gameplay feels really good. And not that hard to chase these things down. Let's see how we do on the water weird. Pretty decent. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, we're getting packed damage. That's the damage we're seeing, and it's not that high. So, if they refresh Warlock, I would like to see them to up the damage just a little bit. Maybe D8s instead of D6s for the packed damage, and D10 instead of D8 for the arcane damage. The eldritch damage, however they label it.
It looks as though many travelers have used this campsite to pass the night over the years.
So that's it. That's the Raphael build. I have another build coming for you guys. We're getting close to Halloween. Hopefully everything is great. You're enjoying Night Revels. And soon we're going to hear about what's happening for Hardcore League Season 9. I'll catch you guys later. I hope everyone has a great day. Hey there, thanks for watching. To support the channel and help, please like the video. It also helps a lot with YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel, it will help me to make more content if you do. Another way to support is to donate through my PayPal. If you play DDO or are looking to play Dungeons & Dragons online hardcore, there's one place you need to be, and that is my Death Smile Hardcore Discord. It is a Discord community created for players of hardcore DDO. Everyone is welcome. The server is open to everyone, and we are getting close to 1,000 members. On the server, you'll find lots of helpful information and easy access to notes, builds, other players who are looking for groups and who are talking about different quests and how to complete them safely. You may also be a streamer, and you can request from me a streamer role, and I will give you a streamer rank and a custom channel for you to link your content so viewers can find you. We have discussion channels for all things hardcore, what quests to skip, what quests give the best loot, what builds are good for what, and if you are looking for any help, it is a great place for resources. The link is in the description below.